Hello there. I'm Helen Sattler, your Destiny Helper, here once again with you and appreciating every moment. Thank you for those of you who have subscribed to my YouTube channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And those of you who are enjoying these videos, do not forget to subscribe and to share the videos with someone that you could assist or someone that would enjoy the videos and that the videos could help. I appreciate all the emails that I'm getting from you. I am totally elated, totally excited about it. And one thing that you are constantly inquiring about is the new supply. And the new supply sometimes begin to stalk or hunt the previous supply because they have started to be devaluated by the narcissist, and they no longer hold the standings that the narcissist has. And you know the process. Many of you have been through the process over and over and over again because you're constantly hoovered by the narcissist. And a lot of times when you have been a supply for a long period of time and a good supply, the narcissist can't quite find you in the new supply. So he doesn't stay there long. And remember, because their attention span affectionately is very short term and emotionally they get bored quick. So they move on, and they have a tendency when they're getting ready to discard the former supply that the regular supply that they're with. They get another supply, a new supply, and they never leave themselves off because it can be quite difficult for the narcissist because they're constantly moving, they're constantly gaining new appliance, which is the new supply. And so a lot of times when they get that new supply, it's not like what they used to. They having to work with them. They're not as submissive, or they don't have the personality that the narcissists need to cater to them, to fuel them. And sometimes the people are so weak, it's not even a challenge for the narcissist. So the narcissists have a tendency to go and hoover the former supply and make sure they stay in good standings. Even though there's a triangulation going on, the narcissist is not planning to come back and stay. And usually when the narcissist leave and he come back, you never have the intensity of the original relationship. No matter when they come back, it's never the same. And it's like a person who's on drugs. They always look for that original high, and that's never the original high because every high has its own experience, and that's the way it is with a narcissist. Every time they come back and you've been hoovered and you break that no contact measure or the no contact zone, and he comes back, is different. And what you want is what you remember, but what you get is who they are. And you got to remember, when the narcissist goes out to new supply, he mirrors that supply, he takes on that supply. And you can tell because you never get the narcissist that left. You get the narcissist that engaged with a new supply, and he take on the character of that supply. And so just like the supply know about you, because the narcissist took you to the new supply because he took your character on, he mirrored you, and so they got a taste of you. And a lot of times the new supply is so insecure because either the narcissist makes sure at the right time he mentions a formal supply, and he makes sure that they are uncomfortable. He makes sure that they're jealous so he can keep them on their toes. And they're always trying to win the narcissist. They're always trying to praise the narcissist. So all he can do is think about them. You will never occupy the mind of a narcissist and have their total mind. First of all, the narcissist is incapable of loving. At some point, they shut that off. And their love is not your love. A narcissist will tell you, I love you, but not the way you love me. Why? You love me unconditionally. I love you with use. And my love for you, it's only use. So when I say I love you, I love the way you allow me to use you, to torture you, to abuse you. I need to torture. I need the torment and abuse because it gives me energy. They don't need just positive energy. The narcissists need negative energy because the worse you look, the better they look. And so So they need you to be discarded, devaluated. They'll gaslight you. They manipulate, lie. They do all of those things against you because it makes them feel and look powerful to take a whole human and bring their total being in subjection. A lot of people have lost their lives behind the love of a relationship. They can't do without the narcissist. The narcissist affect them physiologically, psychologically, emotionally. He affect their will, their ability to stand, to move forward. He affect their determination where the fight leaves them, and after a while there's nothing but a walking, breathing corpse. They have no goals, they have no plans. Their whole life is the narcissist. And the narcissists pull that out of you, but they don't want to take that responsibility. After a while, they'll say, you smothering me, you're trying to control me. And then the narcissists leave and go look for another supply. Well, when they go to the new supply for the first 3 months, first 6 months, a relationship is second to none. He love bombed them, and oh my God, everything is so beautiful. The narcissist is so perfect until they can't even see why they didn't capture. Who wouldn't capture this? How did they get away? How was I so fortunate to get somebody like this and he's or she is not taken? Because they are narcissists. They were taken. You just going through the motion, and the new supply is going to go through everything that you went through. It doesn't matter. The personalities of the narcissists are different, but the process is the same. You eventually go through devaluation, and when you go through devaluation, ghosting, gaslighting, lying, cheating, you go through that. Some of you have even went through physical turmoil, beating, because the narcissists, they are so hateful, and the more void they had, and most of them are not, if they're not so cerebral, then they want to fight because they are angry. What hurts them, they want you to know because they want to physically hurt you. And when a narcissist get into a battleground like that, they usually don't stop until they draw blood. And when they see blood, it's almost like it becomes medication for them. It tames them. It calms them down. But then if you look at the condition you're in, it's almost life-threatening or is life-threatening. Where the new supply gets the narcissist, he's at his best. She's new, so she's perfect. Remember, this new supply, the narcissists always look for somebody perfect, and they'll tell you, I'm just looking for someone to love me, because they feel like nobody loves them. You're giving the narcissist everything, even your front tooth. You're trying to pull your gums out to give to them, and they're telling you, nobody love me like I need to be loved. And you're thinking, what else can I give you? I'm here, my eyelashes gone, eyebrows gone, hair gone, teeth gone. Now I'm trying to give you my gums. And they're saying, nobody loves me the way I want to be loved. I'm looking for love. The narcissist is not looking for love. They shut love off. They're looking for servitude. They're going back to the original hurt. They try to advocate the pain, and it does not happen because they turn search switches off. And when they don't feel, they don't feel. So he gets the new supply and he turns everything, because the experience of being with you, the experience of being with others have taught them what to expect, because we demonstrate what we want love to be, and they learn that, and so they start perfecting that avenue through the copious relationships that they've had. And so then they start giving us what we want and giving us what we think love is, and they become everything you want them to be, and they can hold it for a few months, and after a while the mask start coming off. Well, the new supply may start recognizing the mask is slipping off, and then they start feeling something ain't right. This person is different, and they'll say little statements, and you're like, what do they mean? I'm intentional. Everything I do is intentional. What is that? Why would you say something like that? And or that I don't stay in places long. No matter what you do for me, it would never be enough. And you're looking like, what do you mean? What I do for you would never be enough. He said, oh, baby, I love you. I'm just saying stuff. I'm just protecting myself. I don't want to be hurt because I love you so much. Haven't never loved a person like this. They're lying. They don't love all of the other supply like they're loving you. And so the new supply is desperate. And guess what the new supply wants? The new supply wants to talk to the former supply. So the new supply goes on Facebook, goes on Instagram, goes on Twitter to try to hunt you down. And your name is mentioned. And when they mention your name, the narcissists know they're going to do the search mode. The narcissists know they're going to hunt you down. And that's why you have to get yourself together. You have to pull your mind in. The narcissist is not going to change. They have a personality disorder. And this disorder creates the inability for them to look within themselves. In order to change, you got to see something wrong, because to change means something is not working and I need to do something else to get a positive influence and a positive effect. And so what the narcissist does is he tell you he's going to change, but if you look at them, the evidence is he's still the same. You still got the same narcissists that belittle you. You got the same narcissists that beat you. You got the same narcissists that lie and cheat and steal your money and go through your purse and steal your ID. And this is the same one, same narcissist. And you notice with this one, you fall so quick. The new supply failed so quick. They, just like you, they didn't evaluate them. Narcissists, you can, because they're just perfect. They're the perfect mate, the perfect spouse that you looked for, until the mask come off. The new supply was mesmerized. The new supply thought she had met, or he had met, the perfect mate. Then the mask starts slipping and the narcissist start talking about you. My old supply was obsessed with me. I had to get away. My old supply misused me. They didn't value me. They didn't know what they had. My old supply, I don't know. I try to stay away from my old supply, but they keep bothering me. So now the new supply feels threatened. They're looking for you. They want to talk to you. They want to see, do the narcissist love you? They want to see, do you have the narcissist mind, where the narcissist can't stop thinking about you. And so they're feeling a little bit uneasy. Some of you have even got calls. They found your number. Or the narcissist just happened to leave your number on the dresser. And they call you. And they call you to say that I am with the narcissist now. Can you back off? And you're trying to think, what are you talking about? And they're saying, this is my man. This is my woman. They love me. They no longer want you. As a matter of fact, they're telling me all of the crazy things that you've done to them. And they said they would never, ever come back. Well, then why are you calling me if they would never come back? What's your problem? The new supply is threatened by your existence. And what the narcissist does is build up a case with the new supply against you, to make them hunt you, to make them go after you, and make you look like you're searching them down, that you're overpossessive, that you're insecure, and that you are dangerous. And the new supply fall right in the hands of the narcissist, because they start catering to them more, they start serving them more, because they are afraid you're going to get them. And many of you are insecure. You're concerned about the new supply. He's never coming back. He's going to fall in love with her. She's going to win him over. He's going to win him over. You keep thinking that. When the new supply is so occupied with you, they cannot sleep. When they finally find your picture, they're just staring at your picture, wondering, but why can't he have me? Why don't he see anything in me? Let me tell you something. You don't know how powerful you are. That's why NC, when you go no contact, stay there. Don't come out of no contact. Stay no contact. Build yourself. You want to get back at the narcissist, succeed. But you can't do that until you realize how awesome you are. The new supply is wondering about you, and you are wondering about the new supply. No, honey. Wherever the narcissist is, they will always go through devaluation. They will always be dealing with lies. They will always deal with a lack of sleep. They will always be on the battleground. He left you and you thought it was painful, but they really did you a favor because you can go to the recovery zone. You can rebuild. And if you notice the narcissist, out of nowhere, you get a call, out of nowhere, you get a text, out of nowhere, they're apologizing, out of nowhere, they are sorry. They even come crying. They're not repenting. They're going through display. They know sorrow by experience and not emotion because they are not sorry. A narcissist is not sorry unless it affects them. Then they're sorry that they didn't get what they want, not that you didn't get what you want. So the new supply is stalking you, hunting you. You now has become the prey. You thought you were the prey of the narcissist. You're the prey of the new supply. The new supply talks against you to the narcissist. The new supply wants to hunt you down. And if you have children by the narcissist, the new supply dream of you, think of you. They're occupied with you. They even may befriend you on Facebook just so they can keep up with your activities, just so they can keep up with what you're doing. The new supply. Don't worry about that new supply. Honey, you go NC. Young man, you go NC, no contact. You defog your mind. You get the defogger. The defogger is time. Positive affirmation. Strengthen yourself. Strengthen your goal. Get more determined. Get your fight back. You got to get your fight back because they took all the fight out of you. They took all the energy out of you because all of your energy went towards serving them. They didn't even want you to take care of the kids. You couldn't even take care of the kids properly because when the narcissist is there, they want to be served 100%. The new supply is stalking you. They build you to the point you wish you were that person that they think you are. Because to them, you are a hero. To them, you are perfect. Because the narcissist is going to build a case to strengthen his own maliciousness. And he'll make you seem like you're perfect. And how he does that is he'll make you seem like you want him, that you are controlling, that he can't help himself. Every now and then he calls you because you control them so. And he thought he could do without you. He need help. Love me more because I keep thinking about her. The way she tortured me, she tormented me. And my mind keep going back to her. And the new supply gonna do everything she can to keep the narcissist's mind on them. So you are hunted by the new supply, stalked by the new supply, hoovered by the narcissist, because he needs to keep his trump card to make sure if he ever come back, the doors are open and he will be back. She will be back. Doesn't matter how long it takes, they always come back. But you can say and build yourself to your no. You built yourself to your yes. And you got them back. You accept them back. You said no, but you didn't stay there. You fell from a no contact zone. Okay, now build it up. Because you know what? You are a celebrity in the mind of the new supply. You are brilliant in the mind of the new supply. You are simply gorgeous, handsome in the mind of the new supply. Because the new supply imagination is working against them. And it's painting a picture of you. And they don't know who you are. So they go on Facebook to see all the different things you're doing. And they get a description out of that. And every day they think about you. You thought you thought about them? No, they think about you. The present supply of the narcissist also have you on their mind because the narcissist is unfaithful, not committed. They're a liar and they probably been caught in, oh my God, how many lies. The mask has slipped off, but they don't recognize that they have a narcissist. Because most people who have narcissists don't even know what they have. They don't know that they're not going to change. They don't know that their tears are fake. They don't know that their existence is temporary. They don't know that while they're talking to them, they already are triangulating. They already have another supply on board, always. Sometimes the narcissist got 4 and 5 of them on board, and they choose who now is going to be the chief supply, who's going to be the chef supply, who's going to be the stall supply. And the stall supply, you just put them in a stall and they just wait whenever you come. And you may come every other month because you build an inconsistent relationship. The narcissist builds an inconsistent relationship. And we're going to talk about the stall supply that waits and waits and waits. But they never, even when they try to go somewhere, the narcissist just show up, interrupt that relationship, and run off again. So they are for years with the narcissist when they could be with someone else and happy. They put them on the shelf and they never take them to mainstream. The chief supply go to mainstream. They introduce them to their friends, their buddies, and they take and put them in the network where it's hard for that new supply to get out. And that way, when they start going against them, a smear campaign, look at all the people they have to face. Everything they do when their skill is intentional. The people they're with are intentional. When they leave you, they're intentional. When they hoover you, they're intentional. The narcissist is intentional about keeping their supply. So he builds the new supply. He builds the image up. They become the image maker because the new supply got an image of you that is off the charts. And finally, it doesn't matter where you are, what you look like. In their mind, you're perfect. In their mind, you're beautiful. Because the one thing they want more than their life is talking about you while he's with them. That's the new supply. You're on their mind all the time. Not just the narcissist. They may even drive by your house if they find out where you stay. They're watching you do things. They're stalking you because they want to be you. Whatever you were to the narcissist, they want to be you. And sometimes the new supply can become dangerous because if we get rid of you, I can have them all by myself. He won't think of you. He won't miss you. He won't desire you. I want him to desire me. I don't want him to desire you. I want him to think of me. So the new supply become obsessed with you. They can't get you out of their mind. You're in their dreams. And in their dreams, you're driving away with the narcissist, flying away with the narcissist, running away with the narcissist. And they always falling. It's terrible dreams. And the narcissists see that they are occupied with you. Now you have become more attractive to the narcissist because he's thinking of you. And wherever the narcissist get a reminder, the narcissist starts to get a desire. And that's why you get hoovers. And you get hoovers because he's built you up so. And the image maker now wants to be the image breaker. And they are insecure and they're scared. They are fearful. They are trembling because he is going to take what belongs to me. And that person work. And they look beautiful. Now they look haggard. Then they go to fix themselves up and fix their hair up. But they're tired and they're drained. Well, while they're drained, you cannot be drained. You can be energetic and have momentum. While they're not sleeping, you can be snoring loud where we can hear you across the world. Why not take advantage of it? You know what you went through because you did it for years. She's doing it for months. And he got her what took you years. She's already at that place in months because the narcissists get better and better at what they do in the destructive realm. And the destruction happens quicker and quicker. You weren't so easy to break down. And remember, the narcissists need their supply to be able to handle pain, endure trauma, because they know they're going to cause it. And you got to be able to endure it. Where the trauma is killing them. They're not used to what you're used to. You learned it through time, and they're learning to phase out quickly because he hits them, and he hits them hard. So you are concerned about the new supply. Don't be. They are your image makers. Be strong and strengthen yourself. Build your mind every day. Don't miss a moment. You cannot decide that you don't feel like it. Feelings got you in trouble. Feel like it or not. Build yourself. Because you got an image maker, but you are the image that you could live every single day. Practice your no, because the narcissist got a way of coming back around. And this time, you are in the winner's circle. I'm Helen Sattler, your destiny helper.